Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today is day 9 of the Love My Love Life Bootcamp, and today we are going to really focus on unlocking the male mind. So, yesterday we took a look at what makes relationships so very difficult, right? What are the things that happen that make it so hard in 2018 to just really develop a great relationship? Today, we're going to really start to dig deep and understand what is happening inside the male psychology, the man's psychology, when he is thinking about women or thinking about relationships or thinking about commitment or marriage. So, we're going to get into some of that today, and hopefully, it's going to open some windows of opportunity for you for moving forward. And so, um, you know, before I get started, let me just say this. All the rumors that float around about male and female relationships and how men and women get along, um, I want you to understand that the men have heard those rumors too. So we know all the rumors, but you need to be clear that they've heard them all too. So all of those rumors about, stuff like women develop faster than men. They're quicker than guys are, and there's women are so hard to please, and we complain all the time, and we're clingy, and so full of conflict and drama. We like to keep it going. Women don't get along with each other. um and basically it's like women love to just kind of squeeze all the fun out of life. And those are some of the things that we've heard, and then certainly they've heard about us. And so even stuff like with like sowing their royal oak or whatever the case may be. They have the understanding, the belief that they're supposed to go out and have as much sex as they can with as many different women as they can before they settle down. And now, even in today's society, with sex being so easy, who in the world would want to settle down and have sex with the same woman for the rest of their life? Like, how crazy is that? Why would somebody even do that? Right? And then also the biggest one too is, you need to understand, is that men have also heard that men are dogs, that all men cheat, those kind of things. And so because they know that we've heard them, and that they believe that women have bought into those beliefs, then it kind of gives them a green light, because they feel like we expect it, right? And so it's important to be clear on what's going on inside his head when he's making decisions. And so I need you to understand, as we begin to talk about a man's deepest fears in a relationship, most of those fears are based on those rumors and beliefs that we all share, that just get passed around from generation to generation. Fears are based on those stories. And so before I just really kind of throw the fears out there and we talk about those for a minute, let me just say too that one of the reasons men are so afraid is because women have so much power. Like, oh my goodness, we have so much power that we don't use to our advantage. And a lot of it is because we don't even realize what our power is, or how to use that, right? And so you just take a look at something as simple as, right? Because don't tell anybody I said this, but the fragile male ego is a very real thing, right? And so even something as simple. Do you know, if you said to a man who you slept with or had a relationship with, or whatever the case may be, that he wasn't good in bed, or that, like his junk was small or something like that, do you know that you could really damage him? Like for life. I'm laughing, but it's really not funny, because he can really be damaged for life by something like that. That alone is like real power, right? And it makes it really difficult for men to just kind of let go. And so let's start talking really quickly about those deepest fears. So one of his fears is that, you know, he has an image to protect. And so because he has an image to protect, he doesn't want to appear to be weak or whipped, right, in front of his friends. He doesn't want his friends to think like, oh, he has to be home at a certain time, or, he has to do this with his money, or he's not in charge. He's not the boss. So he has a real fear of that. And so, when you know that is a part of the problem, then you can start to look at different ways to get around that, to circumvent that fear, right? And so men also have a real love of independence, a real love of freedom, so a real fear of losing his independence, right? So we've all heard again that women are clingy and they want to spend every waking moment with you, or whatever the case may be. So if it turns out that his woman is not interested in the things that he's interested in, or no longer wants him to hang out with his guys, or whatever the case may be, that could be really detrimental to a relationship. And it's one of the reasons that men hold back, because they fear the loss of being able to do the things that they love to do, right? Another fear is not being supported. I can't tell you how important this is, because I see the opposite happen so often. But men really need respect and appreciation. And notice I said they need. They need to feel respected and they need to feel appreciated. And when they don't, it's very, it creates a real disconnect in a relationship. So like women, we want to feel loved. We want to feel empowered, and we want to feel respected too, obviously, but we want to feel endeared, right? Like special. And so for a guy, when he wants to feel respected, and I know so many women who just really emasculate men, who just really want everybody to know that they're in charge, or they make the decisions, or they call the shots. We talked about that power struggle yesterday. But it's important to be able to give the man a space to be a man, right? And so we'll talk about that more this week. But also, two other big fears. One is the fear that he will have to change, that you will try to change him, right? And it's funny because as women, our intuition is really strong, and a lot of times when we think something, when something comes up for us, it's a real thing. But people want to be accepted. We want to be accepted. And you just think about how hard it is to change yourself. So trying to change someone else is, not only is it not fair, but it doesn't make them feel good. It makes them feel like you don't love them as they are. But if they turn into this for you, then you can love them better. And so it's not a good feeling. And also, finally, a real fear is that he's chosen the wrong person, right? Like, you're great, right? And he likes you, you're cute, or, whatever, you're a beautiful person, but he fears being stuck with you, right? He fears like maybe there's something better out there that he's going to miss out on because of his relationship with you. And so, if you're not the perfect person, then he's going to make a bad decision and he's going to be stuck. And so those are real fears, and some of them we kind of mirror. We have some of those fears too. But for men, we need to understand, you'll understand later in the training, how to make it all make sense. But this is how it comes together in his head. So these are the things that you're battling when you're dating a guy or trying to be in a relationship with him. And so your assignment for today is today I'm going to ask you one more time. We're going to put on our lab coats, right? Brutal honesty. But what we're studying today is man code, right? Today we're going to look at men. If you're in a relationship, you can look at your man, look at your brothers, look at your dad, look at your coworkers, look at people in the street. Look at how men interact with people. Look at how they interact with their boys at the bowling alley. Look at how they interact with their girlfriends. If you're just in the mall and you just look at people's interaction, it's really really interesting to see that dynamic, especially if you get an opportunity to see a man in action with his mom or with his sisters. See what that dynamic looks like. See what that relationship looks like, because I'm going to tell you the truth. That is what you're facing. If this is the person that you're interested in, you look at his relationship with his mom, you look at his relationship with his family, with his siblings, that kind of thing, then you really begin to get an understanding of who he really is, and how he responds to love and how he responds to different things. And so that's what we're going to focus on today. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's training, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.